Jake, we're live. We are live. What's up, everybody? And welcome into the Sunday show. Duenkel Productions. We are on the live. Jake, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hell yeah, it worked. Look at that. We got the chat up for the boys. You guys will see us in just a minute. We're getting our faculties about us here on a fine Sunday in week 16 of the NFL season. Jake Mueller, what's the most exciting game you're looking forward to today, my brother?
Let's take a look at these today. We got some, I don't know, probably the Rams and Seahawks that points out some, or the Titans-Packers game should be pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe Browns and Jets. Jets are on a game-winning streak.
Jake, the one time you don't pick the Jets and they win, man.
Shout out to the Jets, though, man.
The one time. But all right, Matt, we're going to bring y'all. We're going to bring it in, boys. We're going to bring in the boys. What's up, y'all? Jake Mueller is on my left. Wait, no. Right? Okay, whatever. I don't know. I got to figure this out, okay? First time. Jake, how are you today, bud? We're going to start our shows off the same way we always do. Jake, how are you, buddy?
Hold on, I'm on the live stream right now. And there we go.
Jake Mueller is on my left. Wait, no. Right? Okay, whatever. I don't know. I got to figure this out, okay? Jake, are you replaying it? Jake, how are you today, bud? We're going to start our shows off the same way we always do. Jake, how are you, buddy?
Everything looks smooth on our end, boys.
Let's go.
Sweet. All right. You want to get right into it?
Yes, sir. Hey, can you hear you? Hold on.
Pretty sure I can hear me.
Hold on. Jake, start talking.
Yep, I can hear myself, yeah.
Yes, sir. Hey, can you hear you? Hold on. We can. Let's go. You can hear yourself, Jake?
Yeah.
Let's go. We did it. We did it, Jake. Let's go. Okay, bud. So Jake, yeah, let's get right into it. I'm freaking nervous as heck. So let's start talking football.
All right. So we had so far this week 16's been a wild one. It's been a crazy one. We've had 4 games. We
Fitz magic.
And Saints, which was on Christmas Day. That was a very high-scoring, explosive game, record-setting by Alvin Kamara with the 6 TDs. We had the Buccaneers versus Lions yesterday, which the Buccaneers won 47-7 with an absolute spanky. And then we had the 49ers and Cardinals with a modest 20-12. 49ers over the Cardinals, which was an upset and pretty big in the playoff race since the Cardinals lost. And then we had the wild last-minute throw by Fitzmagic. Dolphins Raiders. Dolphins win by a singular point, 26-25. Another, that was kind of a playoff game because the Dolphins are trying to get higher seeding, as well as the Raiders are trying to get into the playoffs, and they're in the hunt. We still got action going on here, though. Don't think it's over with. We got some pretty good games, like I was talking about, Titans versus Packers, as well as Rams versus Seahawks. A lot of divisional games, though, today. That is for sure. We got Eagles, Cowboys. We got Panthers. No. We got Bills and Patriots. And then Broncos, Chargers. We have a lot of in-house games, so it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow's game for Monday Night Football is, of course, the Bills and Patriots, which is AFC East divisional showdown. But yeah, so tonight's big matchup is Titans versus Packers. That's gonna be definitely one to watch. And I say we hop right into it. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the podcast. We got a new viewing system. This is insane. I'm on a Discord for the first time ever. That took a while to learn. Duenkel got some pretty cool Christmas presents, so the Duenkel Productions is lit as usual. But yeah, hopefully you all had a Merry Christmas. Hopefully a great New Year's coming your way. Hopefully everyone's safe and sound. But this is another way we can stream. YouTube as well as Instagram. Let us know if we got any comments or anything. Duenkel's got the nice setup going on. I
Yeah.
believe I'm on the left. He's on the right. We're looking sexy. We're looking clean. I'm rocking the number 12 in the new Buccaneers jersey. Shout out to Susan Russell Mueller and Santa Claus for that. Dunkel's got his gear on. I see you would. But all right, let's hop right into these games. You know, we got some good games today. So I'm gonna start with the ones that are not as hyped about, so we can get those out the way. We can talk major about big news. So Dunkel, give me a prediction why and when for the Giants versus Ravens game that is at 12 o'clock today.
So I actually think this game is going to be very defensive. You have a lot of really good defensive players on both sides of the football. Obviously, when you talk about the Baltimore Ravens, you talk about their defense. They've been playing well all year. It's not really been the offense that's been holding that team. It's been the offense that's been holding that team back, not the defense. So I'm really looking for a very good defensive game. I think this is a game though that Baltimore should win, and they will win. They're going to win this football game. I think it's going to be a lot lower scoring than a lot of people think. Some people are kind of predicting this to be a little bit of a high scoring game. I think it will be a little bit of a low scoring football game, and I like Baltimore to come out with the W 27-20 in this football game.
I totally agree with you. I think this will probably be more defensive if anything. I do believe, however, that Baltimore is going to win. They just have the better football team in this way. The Giants, they're the Giants, so we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be a modest scoring game, so I think maybe somewhere along the lines of like Baltimore winning 21-16, something like that. I don't think it's going to be anything like the Saints game or anything like the Buccaneers did, but it should be overall a pretty good game.
Yeah, Jake, totally agree with you on that point. But let's go to this game now. Let's talk about the Bears and the Jaguars. Now, last weekend we were graced with the presence of Jake Mueller dressing as Mike Ditka for the Sunday show last weekend. That was one of the funniest things I had ever seen. Jake, great job on that. We obviously have a lot of fans that were very surprised that happened, and it was very funny. But Jake, love that you're rocking the TB12 today. But who do you got for Bears Jaguars today, Jake?
Who knows? Maybe I'll have to make another cameo with one of my outfits again. Maybe, who knows? But this is gonna be one of the games that the Bears win. They've been playing a lot of bad teams lately. The last 2 or 3 games have been absolute terrible teams, like the top 5 worst teams that are going to have the draft. So I feel like the Bears are going to win this game. The Jaguars are the worst team in the NFL. They're on their race. They're tanking for Trevor. So we'll see how that goes. The Bears are probably going to win. Mitchell Trubisky, he's been having his groove lately. The play calling's been a lot better too, I would say. They switched reins from what's his balls, Nagy to the actual offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So it helped out a lot. We've been getting better protection too, which helps out so much for any quarterback. The wide receivers are actually running their routes. Defense is playing at a high level. So we'll see how that goes. But overall, the Jaguars absolutely stink, and there's no way that they want to win this game. So they're going to do everything in their power to lose, so they can get that number 1 spot in the draft. So I got the Bears winning. I think the Bears are going to probably win pretty convincingly here. I think the Bears are going to win along the lines of the last 2 weeks they've gotten over 30. They've touched 30 points in the first half. So I don't think they're going to continue that. I think they'll get 21 points in the first half, and then at the end, I think they're going to get. I think it's going to be 30, 38. No, 34, 32 to 13 Bears.
Jake, I will say I do think the Bears will win today, but I do not think it'll be, they're going to put up 38 points. It is super hard for cold weather teams to go to warm weather. It's not easy, and vice versa. It's not hard. It's hard for warmer weather teams to go to cold weather. So I think the Bears, they're going to come out a little sluggish today, but I do in fact think they win. Somewhere along the lines of 28-17. I think this will be a little bit of a closer game. Jacksonville, they got that guy James Robinson. Big fan of his. Thinks he's a great player. I think he's gonna have a big day today. You know, the Bears' defense has kind of been shaky lately. So I look for Jacksonville to be able to put up some points, but I don't think it'll be enough to beat the Bears, who are playing very good football right now and now control their own destiny.
Yeah.
Assuming
Let's see.
they could.
You think the Bears are going to make the playoffs? You think it?
I think it's gonna be based on what happens today. I think if Green Bay gets the 1 seed, I think they're gonna play their starters for the first half and then sit them in the second half. So I think Chicago can win that game. But my question is if the Packers don't have the 1 seed locked up, do the Bears have enough to beat Green Bay? And I just don't think they do. Green Bay's been very consistent all year. You know, obviously a top 2 or 3 team in the NFL, according to many experts, including myself. And you know, it'll be interesting to see, Jake. But I will say, you know, if Green Bay gets that 1 seed, I can definitely see the Bears winning next week and making the playoffs.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like you said, it determines a lot. It's off of a lot. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, I hope the Bears make the playoffs because if they don't, we're already gonna get a bad draft pick. So might as well make something of it. Uh, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm optimistic about it. Hopefully they can do something. But for the Jaguars, they're starting Mike Glennon, so that's a little homecoming visit back to where he was last year as a Bears quarterback. But all that excitement out of the way, let's get another. I feel like this could be a pretty high-scoring game for one team at least. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are going to fly all the way out to Kansas City and play the freaking best team in the NFL and a very good team that you know we haven't seen in a very long time. Who do you got winning and why?
I mean, man, Jake, you cannot go against that man, Patrick Mahomes, the State Farm brother himself. Um, Patrick Mahomes, big fan of his, been since he came out of the NFL draft out of Texas Tech. Been a huge fan of him. Thought he was going to be a very good football player. I will say though, Jake, the Falcons, they're going to be able to put up points in this matchup. You know, the Chiefs' defense is not the best. They're going to be able to put up them points. And, you know, I think it'll be a very interesting football game. I think this will be a high-scoring game. But I like the Chiefs today, 45-31 against the Falcons. I like them to cover that 10.5, by the way.
Yeah, okay, I agree with you. I think I would agree with that 10.5. I'd go over on that obviously because the Chiefs are just so damn explosive. But you know you got to watch out for like Tyreek Hill, even though they're gonna. I think they're putting on limited snaps because last week he had cramps, and I think throughout the week there was a little bit of aggravation to that. But I don't think that would stop him at all. I think I'm gonna go like along what you said. I think I'm gonna go like Chiefs 38, Falcons 27, Chiefs 42, maybe Falcons 20, something like that. You know, I think it's gonna be a pretty big margin, but I think both teams are gonna be able to put up some points here. The Chiefs defense isn't like, oh my god, like this team is insane, like this defense is insane, but it's also not like a Jets defense or anything like that. So you know, I think it's gonna be a Chiefs win for sure. So I'm gonna go along. I'm gonna say Chiefs 38, Falcons 24.
Yeah, that's around the same of what I had, so I completely agree with you on that, Jake. But let me look here because I wanted to talk about a specific game in the early window. I did forget. I had it a moment ago.
Yeah, no, totally.
Oh yeah, here we go. Colts at the Steelers. Steelers have been struggling. Colts have been playing well as of late. Obviously, a lot of really good defensive players in this matchup, like the Giants and Ravens matchup. Who do you have winning in this one, Jake?
So I think the Steelers are going to lose their fourth game in a row, to be honest with you. I think Juju, he's finally going to stop dancing on the logos, but I don't think that's going to matter. I think Indianapolis has just got such a good defense, and their offense is, you know, it's a chunk offense where they build up momentum and they go down the field. It's not like one big play kind of defense or offense. So I think Pittsburgh's defense is going to get some work today, as well as that offense. That offense was looking pretty atrocious lately. Um, I mean, losing the Bengals and Bengals and Bills. The Bills is understandable, but then Washington too. So you're losing against some crappy teams here, Washington and Bengals. So and they haven't been able to put up over 20 points in the last 4 games, I think it's been. Yeah, 4 games they have been able to put up 20 points. That's kind of looking like a Bears offense, not going to lie. So we'll see how that goes. Ben Roethlisberger's going to have to get the boys going or something. Juju, Claypool, you got a lot of talent over there. You just got to start, using it again. These last 4 games have been pretty bad. Like you and I both said, this wasn't a true undefeated team. We didn't believe it. They didn't play good competition. So you didn't really get to see what they were. I got the Colts winning. I think it's gonna be a tight one though. I think it's gonna be 26-23. I think it's gonna be a close, good game though.
Jake, I completely agree with you, Jake. I really do. I personally, I think Pittsburgh, they have issues, man. They do. You cannot go dink dunk all day, every day on teams. They're gonna figure it out. Big Ben can't really throw the deep ball anymore. In that Cincinnati game, Jake, he had a lot of guys open deep and missed them. I think that's not just because he didn't see them. I'm not sure if he can make that throw anymore. Yes, it's kind of a hot take, but when you have an elbow injury, it takes a little bit for your elbow to heal up. I know that firsthand because I broke my elbow like about 8 to 10 years ago, and you know what? It still hurts from time to time. It still gives me discomfort from time to time. Not major, but it's enough to notice it. And especially when I used to throw the football around all the time, it would it obviously would get tired, get worn out. It's just part of it. But no, I like the Colts, Jake. They're a better football team, man. They are. I'm not gonna go to say they're a better coach. I think Mike Tomlin's a good coach. I just think Phillip Rivers is playing better than Big Ben Roethlisberger right now. And you know what? That Colts defense is playing a lot better than the Steelers. That's the same Steelers defense that, just got done getting smoked by Cincinnati. So what makes me think?
They didn't even have Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Ryan Finley. Shout out to that man, for making plays. Really happy for the Bengals too, getting that win. That was huge, especially for Zach Taylor. Not to mention keeps his coaching job probably for the next year or two. But yeah, Jake, totally agree with you. I'm gonna say 27-21 Colts today. I think that's gonna be the best game to watch in the early window though.
Totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. So another, kind of a stooge of a game would be Bengals versus Texans right here. Bengals are coming off the win against the Steelers. Houston's struggling like no one's business. We're trying to see if what the problems are there. They make a very bad trade this offseason. Who do you got winning and why?
Jake, I like the Bengals, man. I like what I saw last week out of them. Came in with some fight. The Texans really haven't had any fight. They got smoked by the Bears. They lost to the Colts in heartbreaking fashion. I don't think they're gonna come out today and play well at all. I think the Bengals are actually gonna win this game pretty convincingly. I like the Bengals today, 27-17. The Bengals they're an all right football team. Really all they need is they need a defensive and an offensive line, and they're actually a pretty decent football team in my opinion. Obviously. You talk about when Joe Burrow gets back next year, and then once they build up that O-line and D-line, I think the Bengals are a team that you might want to look out for in the future to be a good team. And I actually like Zach Taylor. I like what he's doing there. A lot of the games that the Bengals lose, Jake, are very close, and I was looking this up this morning. 2 of the Bengals, I think 3 or 4 wins, are against Pittsburgh and Tennessee, which are 2 of the teams right now that are top 4 seeds in the AFC. So they're an alright football team. They got some playmakers on the outside, AJ Green, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, obviously, Joe Mixon, Gio Bernard in the backfield. They got some weapons on that offense, and I think the Bengals will win today.
No, you're right. Like the only 2 losses that I'm looking at or 3 losses that were absolute no chance they were gonna win was against the Steelers one time, which they lost by 26 points, and then Washington, where that was 11 points, but then the Cowboys where they lost by 23. These games are close, and in any sports like NBA, MLB, even NFL, when a young team like this, or just a team in general, is losing, but they're still in every single game, that's a great sign because that means that they have something to work with or they're building in the right direction. Losing Joe Burrow um, sucks, obviously. I think he's going to be a pretty good quarterback. I saw on Instagram and I think Twitter that, he's starting to walk again. They did the surgery and all that, so good for him. He'll be back next year better than ever. I like the Bengals in this game. I hope they win. I feel so bad for Deshaun Watson, though, on the Texan side, dude. God, they went from all the way up to here last year, playoff going crazy in there to absolute heartbreaking season at 4-10. I think the Bengals they got the grit right now. But I don't know. I don't know if the Bengals, if the front office is saying, hey, let's start losing some games here so we get a better draft pick. But who knows? Because you know, this is, if whoever wins, like if the Bengals win, then I believe they're gonna have a worse draft pick than Houston. Then so who knows? It's this when you're in the bottom of the barrel, you gotta front offices are thinking about long term here. So I don't know if they're giving some words of advice to lose, but we'll see. But if I'm gonna pick Houston on this one. I think Deshaun Watson. I think he's gonna have a pretty good game here. Hopefully he does. But in order for that to happen, he can't be turning the ball over, and he needs to take ownership and leadership. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game, probably something along the lines of like 18-15, 2017, something like that. I'm gonna go 2017 Texans. I'm gonna be pretty convinced on that one too.
Jake, that's the first game we didn't agree on, which is kind of surprising because we're 5 games in, so that's good that we got kind of similar picks today.
Yeah, totally. But all right, hold on. This one, I don't know. This one is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a pretty close game. Browns versus Jets. Jets are coming off the first win of their season at 1-13. The Browns they could take the first place of the AFC North, which no one thought a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
We'll see. They're fighting for a playoff spot, like rankings and all that. We'll see how that goes. But who do you got winning out of this Cleveland Browns and New York Jets?
Jake, I'm just gonna say Jake's Jets now. Because every time the last 5 weeks on the Sunday show, Jake has been Jets, Jets. Did pick them last week and they finally won. And, but no, I will say a point of note is I believe 4 Cleveland wide receivers and one of their linebackers is out today. That's not going to matter, man. Baker Mayfield is going to take the ball, and he's going to give it to Nick Chubb, and he's going to give it to Kareem Hunt all day long. The Jets are one of the worst tackling defenses in the NFL. They're coming off a huge win last week. They're going to come in there flying high, but I think the Browns are just going to be too much for them to handle. I think their running game is big time. And I will say, Jake, the freaking Browns are going to win that AFC North if the Steelers aren't careful.
Totally, and like we said a couple weeks ago, that wasn't even a question because they were flying high. The freaking Steelers were going to win that division, no tomorrow. And just 30-ish minutes ago, the Browns just lost another player to COVID, I believe, and that's their lineman. So we'll see how that goes. I hope that it's a good turnaround for the Browns. Earlier in the season, we all were hating on Baker Mayfield and the dog pound.
Big time hating on him too.
Yeah, and I'm not convinced on Baker Mayfield. I think they're just getting kind of lucky here, but I think they're gonna beat the Browns, or the Browns are gonna beat the Jets. The Jets want to lose as many games as they can. They're gonna tank for Trevor. All the good sayings. I think this is gonna be a tune-up game, and if it's a big blowout, I think you're gonna see no Baker Mayfield in the second half. So I'm gonna go with 28-10 Cleveland.
Really, you're not picking the Jets?
No, because now that they got their one win, I think now it's a definite lose every game possible and
right.
Move the Jaguars and win one.
Dude, wouldn't it be hilarious if the Jaguars won today? I would laugh.
I wouldn't, but yeah.
Jake, man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Your boy Tom's already in the playoffs. You'll be all right.
I don't know, man. I'd like to see both my teams in there.
Yeah,
I
I
like
know.
to eat. I like to eat.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Jake, bro, we might have some calls coming in here. During our next couple picks. I got some messages. People wanted to call in for the Bucks. Yeah, we're gonna try calling in. Having people call in today. So if you're watching this, call in. Only if you know my phone number though. I'm not giving that out. Are you kidding me? But all right, Jake. Let's go to Eagles Cowboys. What do you think about that game?
So this is gonna be probably a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Probably a defensive game, most likely, because it's gonna be the two rival teams going at it. They try to hype this rivalry up way too much than what it is. Like even when these teams were half decent, like 3 years ago, they try to hype this one way too much. They try to make it like a Steelers, Ravens, or Bears and Packers. They hype it up way too much. Um, but they're still fight. They could. Are they? Yeah, they're still. It's still possible for them to get into the playoffs somehow, some way. So we'll see how that goes. But ultimately, I think the Eagles are gonna win this game. Jalen Hurts. I believe he's gonna have a very decent game. Very promising young quarterback.
Very.
They beat the Saints not too long ago.
I called that.
You did call that, and they were duking it out against the Cardinals. I think it was last week. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. 33-26. They lost to the Cardinals. Jalen had 3 touchdowns that game though, and he had over 300 yards. So that's a pretty good game from a brand new quarterback, pretty much. So ultimately, I'm gonna go with the Eagles on this one. I'm gonna go on that hot shoulder, the hot right shoulder. Or is he left? Is he a lefty or a righty?
Righty.
He is a righty. Okay, I'm getting mixed up with Tua, but I think Jalen's gonna have another good game here against the Cowgirls. The Cowboys suck. So I'm going to go. I think it's going to be close, though. I think it's going to be 26-23 Eagles.
Okay, Jake. Yeah, that's a fair pick. You said 26-23, right? I just want to make sure I heard that correctly.
Yeah.
Philadelphia?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I like the Eagles too, Jake. 27-24, same score as you, just off by one number. I think Jalen Hurts, he's looked really good. I think the Eagles have got a fire under him. They're playing with some heart, determination, effort, all that good stuff that they weren't playing with early on in the season. Like I've been telling you, it's big time when you can have a guy like Jalen Hurts come in who's been very successful in his college career, come in and make a difference in the NFL. I think Jalen's going to be their longtime starting quarterback, Jake, to be honest with you. I really do.
I can see it. I can definitely see Jalen Hurts being it. He seems like he's pretty good. He seems pretty confident, so that's all that matters. We got some pretty other good games here, though. So we just did the Eagles and Cowboys. How about we jump over to Broncos versus Chargers? We got another in-house divisional game. Both teams are sitting at 5-9. These teams are definitely not going to go into the playoffs, but they're fighting for a draft pick at least. We got to see how that goes. That's where you got to put your head at. We got Denver flying out to Los Angeles. Who you got winning, my man?
Jake, I got.
I don't know if Duenkel can hear me right now.
What?
He might be taking a phone call. I think he might be taking a phone call.
Hold on. Technical issues. Hold on.
Still in the Discord. I don't know.
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Some turned off. That's all right. We're back. But no, Jake, we're picking Eagles, Cowboys. Jalen Hurts, really good young quarterback. Really proud of him. And how he stepped in for Wentz. And I think the Eagles, they understood that Carson Wentz, was not playing well. He wasn't playing with a lot of confidence, and they made that switch to Jalen Hurts, and it turned out to be a good one because they're still actually in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, no, totally. I think it's the smart move to do. I really do. But all right, so the next game we're gonna go against is the Chargers versus Broncos. Who you got winning, my man?
This is a tough game because it's divisional. But you know what? I like the Broncos, man. I just think they got a little bit of a better team. The Broncos defense has been really good. Drew Lock has been playing with pretty well. Actually, John Elway came out and said this week or last week, I believe, that he likes what he sees out of Drew Lock, and I agree with him. I really love what I'm seeing out of Lock, and everything that's been stacked against him. Everything that's been stacked against that man. It's big time that he's playing well, and I think the Broncos are gonna pick up another W today.
Okay. What's your score prediction?
Uh, let's go Denver 31, Chargers 26.
Okay. See, I'm going to go the other team. I'm going to go Los Angeles on this one. I believe in Justin Herbert. I think he's going to have a pretty good game. He started off his career pretty good. I think he's going to finish it pretty good here in his first season, last couple games. Hopefully him and Keenan can do some magical moments here. I like Chargers. I'm going to say, like you said, because it's a divisional game, I think it's going to be pretty close. And they're both pretty much relatively the same team. So I think it's going to be like 24-21. I think it's going to be pretty close. Something like that.
Jake, we got a phone call.
All right, let's see how this works.
Dad, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to patch you through. You guys say a question or a hot football take, all right?
I have an idea.
Ladies and gentlemen, Duenkel Sr. will be on the call. Duenkel, go ahead.
I have an idea for the podcast when we're making our picks. We should do how many cheese wedges of confidence do we have in the games we're picking.
That's a pretty good one, Dunk. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. I've got really good ideas.
All right, do you have a question for us? And what's your pick for Eagles Cowboys? Who you got?
Eagles.
Okay, you got a question for the boys? You got something?
No.
Okay.
No question. Because I have all the answers.
All right, thanks.
No question. I wanted cheese wedges for picks next week.
Okay, we're on it.
The more cheese wedges, the more confident you feel.
Okay, Dad. Thank you.
Do it out of like a scale
10-4.
of 1 to 10.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dunk Sr. There's the man of the hour. Let's give him a round of applause for the boys. Jake, so cheese wedges, man. So, yeah, I think it's 1 to 10. 1 to 10. What?
1 to 10.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, 1 to 10.
Okay.
All right. What's the next game, Jake?
We got Panthers versus Washington here. We got the Panthers flying out to the Washington football team here. So let's see who we got winning, my man.
Ooh, this is a tough game to pick, but I like Washington. I just think they're a better coached football team. And also, they need a win to, I believe it's something like if they win and the Giants lose, Washington has the division. So I think that's huge. I think they're gonna come out and play well today.
Yeah, no, totally agree with that. What's your score prediction for the Carolina-Washington game?
Ooh, score prediction. This is a tough one to pick because it could go like high scoring, or it could be low scoring because both defenses are very underrated. But I'm gonna go with lower scoring. I'm gonna say Washington 24, and Carolina 20. I think it's gonna be a really good game.
You had Washington winning, right?
Yep, Washington.
And your score was 24-20.
Yes, sir.
Duenkel. Hammer it. I'm doing that exact score, exact come out.
Hammer it down, baby.
No ifs, ands, or buts. That is 100% my prediction as well. Duenkel, two great minds think alike. I'm not gonna say anything any less. Next game we got going on here. This is the one to watch out. I'm telling you, it's a good game. Rams versus Seahawks. Both teams are duking it out to try to get into the playoffs, trying to get that spot in the playoffs. They're going to have a great game today. I don't know who to pick. I'm going to be disappointed if either of these teams lose. Maybe they'll tie. I don't know.
Ha!
I'm leaning towards Seattle, but there's a weary feeling over to my left side that the Rams might, pull something out. Their defense is, hard hitting. Their offense is freaking nuts. I don't know, Dunkel. I don't know who to pick. I have no clue. Convince me. Who
Well,
should I pick, Dunkel?
well, Jake, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Good football teams, when they get embarrassed the week before, they come out, they play well. The Rams, I think, are a good, well coached football team. I do think that they are the better football team than the Seattle Seahawks all around. I think the Rams, they definitely have a better defense. I think the Seahawks offense is a little bit better. And I think Sean McVay and Pete Carroll's a little bit of a wash. But I think this defense of the Rams is going to come out to play today. And to be honest with you, no one can block Aaron Donald, but I don't know if anyone has watched the Seahawks offensive line lately. But they've looked atrocious, and I believe Jake, didn't they play the Giants and they just got destroyed up front? So the Rams, they're way better up front, and it's gonna show today. Give me the Rams 31-28 today. I think this is going to be a great game, probably the second best game of the day, and I like the Rams in a close one.
Definitely going to be a close one. Definitely one that you're going to want to sit down and watch on the couch with the fam bam. I really like both teams. I think they're both relatively kind of the same ranking in my opinion. I think they're both like pretty equal. I honestly think it's going to be coming down to, can the Seahawks offensive line contain and try to slow down Aaron Donald? The man will literally go through three people and a brick wall while sipping a cup of tea. So I'll see. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm just gonna go opposite of you, just to keep it fresh, keep it new content. I think Russell Wilson's gonna. These are the games Russell Wilson pretty much thrives in, unlike Lamar Jackson. Oop, had to do a little shot there. Shout out to Russell Wilson. I think it's gonna be 33-30 Seahawks. I think it's gonna go like that. I think it's gonna be a good game though. I'm definitely gonna watch this game. Sit down and have some popcorn on this one. But all right, we got two more games. We're gonna save one of them for last because I want all the energy on that one. We got Bills and Patriots, man. The Patriots do not make it in the playoffs for the first time since 2008. It's something you don't see every day. Buffalo
No.
Bills, I think they're pretty slept on. We'll see what they do in the playoffs. But who do you got winning this game and why?
Jake Mueller, my guy. I don't even know if I've picked against Bill Belichick all year. I think I've picked the Patriots in almost every Sunday show we've done.
Yeah.
That changes today. The Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen and the boys. I got you convinced on Buffalo early in the year, Jake. You do remember that, don't you?
You did. Yes,
I did.
You did.
I did. So I think, Jake, this is going to be a really good game. Really good game. The Patriots are still going to fight. Belichick ain't just going to let them, not show up to play. That's not who he is. That's not how he operates. But I like the Bills. Stephon Diggs having a great season. That Buffalo defense has improved the past few weeks. And I think they get a big win on the road at New England. And I think they probably win 31-20. It's going to be a little bit of a wider margin than I would say for Belichick teams, but I just don't think that they have the offense to keep up with Allen and Diggs and those boys.
I totally agree with that. I think it'll be a really close game like they always are. I think the Patriots are going to win this game, though. I think Bill Belichick schemes pretty well. Their last game, they only lost by 3, and they didn't even have – I don't think they had Cam. I don't think they had anyone because of COVID. So I think the Patriots are going to pull this one out, and I think they don't want to have a losing season on top of not making the playoffs. So I think they're going to have extra motivation. So I think it's going to still be a really tight, good game, though. Hard hitting. I think the Patriots are going to win probably by like a field goal or maybe a touchdown. Like in between there, it's going to be like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points, whatever. So I got Patriots winning though. Bill Belichick, Cam Newton. I like it. Josh Allen. Bills are a great team. I'm not going anything past them. I just think Bill Belichick's even better. I got 27-24 Patriots. Mark that one down, folks. If you want to win money.
Really? Jake picking the upset though?
Don't question it. Just understand it. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, hey, I never question Jake. I never question your picks unless you pick the Jets. That's the only one I question.
That's a good reason to question. You know, you gotta wonder if I was drinking or on the weed or whatever if I'm picking the Jets. But don't worry, I didn't pick the Jets this week. But tonight's Sunday matchup is a freaking.
It's a banger.
This could be Super Bowl. You don't know what happens in the playoffs. This could be Super Bowl. All right, Duenkel, I want to hear all the hype in the world. I want to understand why the Packers are going to beat the Titans today. Let's hear it.
Jake, this is a simple question. The Green Bay Packers are going to win this game tonight because the Tennessee defense cannot get after the quarterback. And you know what happens when you give Aaron Rodgers time? He's going to find Devontae Adams. He's going to find Allen Lazard. He's going to find Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to find the man, the myth, the legend, Big Bob Tonyan. Big Bobby touchdowns, as I call him, because he has 10 this year and didn't make the Pro Bowl, which he got snubbed, if you ask me. They are going to devise a game plan for Big Bob Tonyan. He's going to get 2 touchdowns tonight, and Aaron Rodgers is going to have 4 total touchdowns tonight. Aaron Jones also will have a good game. Now, let's shift it over to the Packers defense. Derrick Henry, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Derrick Henry is a bad man. You better make sure you wrap up and tackle that man. The Green Bay Packers are not good against the run. The Tennessee Titans will score some points. Derrick Henry will get his 100 yards. He will get a touchdown or 2. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. That actually kind of rhymed, believe it or not. But no, Jake, the Titans, they're going to put up points. The Packers are going to put up points. But you know what? In a shootout, I'm going to trust that bad man, Aaron Rodgers, more than I do Ryan Tannehill. And I have the Packers winning tonight 38-34 in a high-scoring shootout at Lambeau Field.
The spread is 3 for the Packers, and they have the over and under is going to be 53 points. They got the Packers winning.
Take the over.
You're going to take the over? I'm going to take the under. I think you're mistaken, man. I think I would take the under, but that's all right.
You sleeping on Big Bobby biceps, Jake? You sleeping on my boy Tonyan, man? Don't sleep on Tonyan.
We'll see. But I just want to see if the Packers can stop the freaking stallion himself, Derrick Henry, man. That dude is a different man. He's a different breed. He's from I don't know what planet he's from. He's not from Earth, that's for damn sure. This dude is a demigod, and I think he might tear up the Packers tonight. They're at Lambeau Field tonight, right? Yeah, dude, we'll see how that goes. I think it's gonna be a ground and pound game. Packers offense is probably gonna have some success, so we'll see how that goes. And I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick Henry, he's trying to get 2,000 yards, man. He's trying to get those 2,000 yards. So I think he's relatively close. I think he needs like 200 something, if I remember correctly. I don't know.
Yes.
But I think this is gonna be a really good game. I'm really excited to watch it. But I'm gonna go Tennessee. 20. I don't know. 20.
Jake, you're disappointing me right now. You really are.
Tennessee 27. Packers 24.
All right, hey, that's a close game. That's what I anticipate. What's up, everybody in the comment section? How are we doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. You know, I see a couple of people typing comments. What's up? D. Griff. Jake is very quiet. Well, D. Griff, you know, Jake probably lost his voice from screaming Tom Brady's the GOAT yesterday because he had quite the game. D Griff, hope you are doing well, man. What's up, everybody in the comments section? We appreciate everyone for coming out, and all that good stuff. Jake, let's talk a little bit more about them Saturday games, man. I know we're done with the Sunday picks, but let's talk a little bit about the Saturday games. Let's start off with those Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was quite the game yesterday.
You're telling me, man, the GOAT himself didn't even have to play the second half. He whooped their ass, took their candy, made them cry. It was amazing. I even fell asleep during the game. Remember, we FaceTime. I fell asleep during the game. I wake up. They won by 40. When was the last time a team won by 40? I mean, yeah, it was the Lions, but God Almighty, the freaking GOAT. Tell me about it. The dude deserves everything. I love Tom Brady. I wish I was Giselle. To be honest with you, that's just me though. It was a good game. Obviously, I knew that Tampa Bay was going to win. The Lions absolutely blow, so there's not much to talk about. You can't really get anything from a game like that because of how bad the freaking dumb Lions are. It's whatever them. But it was a good game. I liked it. I like seeing Tom Brady succeed, just like you like seeing LeBron and Aaron Rodgers succeed. But dude, the freaking game last night though, Dolphins Raiders, one score or 1 point game, and then you got the somewhere down there. Dude, it was nuts. I love it. I love when football's like that. I love it.
Jake, without question, man, you really have to look at last night's game and just look at Fitzmagic, bro. Fitzmagic he's a bad man, dude. He really is. He's a bad man. I cannot believe that throw that he made last night. It was unbelievable. I will say, the Dolphins, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs no matter who they play because they do have a good defense. They do have talent at the skill positions. It's awesome. It's awesome. But we'll say, Jake, real quick, the Raiders, man, they have to fix their clock management and all that stuff, at some point, because it's pretty crazy. That they go down instead of scoring a touchdown. I don't know. I didn't watch the game. All I know is that I was on FaceTime with my brother Gavin Goldstein. Goldstein, if you're in here, what's good, brother? I was on FaceTime with him and he goes, "Oh my God, Fitzmagic!" I'm like, "What just happened?" And he flipped it around so I could see the play. I was like, "Holy cow, that's unbelievable." What's up, Monica? What's up, Monica? Thank you for checking us out. Jake, dude, Fitzmagic, he that man. He's got that Fitzmagic.
Let's get a little Fitzmagic song going here.
Ooh, Fitzmagic. Jake, we might have to make our own version of the Fitzmagic song, bro.
Dude, I swear to God, it will. Oh, dude, on YouTube, my voice is real quiet. I don't know why, but it's real quiet now.
Really?
Yeah, I see it in the comments, so we'll figure that out.
Hey, you guys got to remember it is in fact our first time doing this, so we're gonna.
Jake, we might have to make our own version of the Fitzmagic. I'm looking into it right now. We'll see how it works a little bit. I'm real quiet though. I can hear. I'm real quiet.
Jake, you have your volume up on your computer? Is it up all the way?
Hey, you guys gotta remember it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all right. We'll get it fixed for next time. D Griff, I see you, man. We'll make the change, man. Jake, you know what's really cool about this, man, is now that we got our first thing under our belt, man, we're gonna be even better,
Hopefully we're better.
I hope so. I hope so. I don't know. So see, yeah, I can see.
We'll get it fixed for
I can see where it's cutting off. I'll fix that for next time. Don't worry about it.
Totally.
But Jake, you close out the show. Thank you everybody for coming out. We appreciate it. Me and Jake do very much. You can catch us next week on the Sunday show, either live on YouTube or live on Instagram. Make sure you follow all the socials. Jake, close it out, buddy.
Totally. Here we go. Make sure if you haven't already to subscribe. But if you already have, welcome to the channel again. This is a new thing we're doing. We're on Discord. That I've heard of it, and we're on it. Check out the Discord. Check out the Instagram. It's pretty lit. Dunkel's out here making big progress, big moves. If you like all that, make sure you check out for daily uploads. Turn the notification on so you never miss a beat on us. We're pretty wild, pretty crazy. Check out for the new remix though for Vince Magic. Dunkel and I might have to make a little holiday special on that. You kids better be ready for that. But no, it's a lot of fun. Make sure you keep upbeat. If you want to join it, just call into Dunkel. We're gonna get you on the show. Comment if you want to be in it. Let us know. This is a lot of fun. It's about positivity. But other than that, I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year coming up. You know, make sure you get your goals down. Make sure you do it, stick to it, and strive for greatness, people. All right. It's good seeing you, Dunkel. You have a good day. Let's have some good NFL football. And hey, check out next week because college football getting a little spicy. It's getting a little spicy. Not gonna lie, so get ready for it. But yeah, that's it for me. Hopefully everyone has a good Sunday and a kick-ass Monday week.